Did you know that there are home improvements that you can actually do that will decrease the value of your home? In today's video, I'm going to cover what not to fix when you're selling your home. I'm Christian Harris, the founder of the C-Town Real Estate team here in Seattle, Washington. Just as I covered in my last video about the best improvements and updates you can make in your house to best increase your home resale value, something you want to keep in mind as you're making home updates is why you're doing it. If you're doing it for yourself to live there, go all out, do whatever you want, be eccentric, be creative, because you're the one that needs to enjoy it while you live there. But if you're doing these improvements to increase your home's resale value, you're going to make very different decisions. It's not too different than staging a house. You want your house to appeal to the largest audience of buyers as possible. And if your house is super decked out and customized to your specific taste, that may not be the case. You want to help potential buyers envision themselves living and enjoying the space. So a big part of that is making sure that when you do updates, that they're not super eccentric or real specific to your taste. You don't want potential buyers to be turned off by something you think is really cool, but most other people aren't too into. Some other upgrades and features some people think are great, but you will not get your money back on, and some people actually see as a deterrent to buying a house: swimming pools. Now in Seattle, swimming pools are not very common because it rains here a lot, it's kind of cold. You only have about 3 months of amazing summer where you'd use that swimming pool. In some areas, this may be a bigger deal and they may be more prevalent. While pools can seem like the ultimate luxury, to some, it can actually decrease your property's value. For example, families with small children may consider it a safety hazard. Homeowners insurance is often higher for that very reason. Even if the owner doesn't have any kids, the insurance company is going to see it as a potential neighborhood hazard. What if a neighborhood kid got in there and, drowned or something? That wouldn't be good. That's why insurance is a lot higher for homes that have pools. Some buyers may not want to deal with the extra cost associated with pools. When it comes to heating it, the energy, obviously the insurance is higher. You also want to consider if it's able to be used year-round. In Southern California or Florida, sure, make a lot of sense, which is why there's so many pools there. Up here in Seattle and Northwest, not so much. We don't get a chance to use it too often. Another thing that can be a real waste of your money that you're not going to get your return on: luxury upgrades. Now, what do I mean by that? Unless you have a high-end luxury house, often paying for the high-end upgrades, you will not get the return on it if you just buy the quality mid-range upgrades instead. For example, putting in marble tile floors instead of ceramic tile floors. You're likely not going to get the return on the cost difference between those two materials. Instead, invest in quality appliances, flooring, and upgrades that appeal to a wider audience. It's also good to keep in mind that you want your upgrades to be about the same level as your neighbors. You don't want to be the most expensive house on the block. There's nothing quite as bad as trying to get comps for your house and there's no comparables in order to justify a higher price point that you feel you need to be able to recoup all that money you spent on your house. Another upgrade where you might actually be wasting your money or decreasing your property value: garage conversions. Now, while you may be thinking, hey, I'm adding livable square footage, really most buyers want a garage. Well, it may seem like a good idea to convert that unfinished space into livable indoor space, but the fact is most buyers still want a garage. So they may actually see it as a negative that you don't have a garage anymore. So those are just a few things to think about. Not all money you spend on your house is going to increase the property value, so you're going to be really strategic and you're thoughtful on the improvements you do. If you have any specific questions, leave me a comment below. If you're interested in selling your house, or if you're here in Seattle, click the link in the description to set up a free consultation with me. If you're outside the area and you're looking for a good agent, you can still use that link. Contact me and I can set you up with a great agent in your area. See you on the next video.